Okay. There's a lot there. Yeah.
I have had a conversation with my administration about the options and responding, but I want to bring it with tonight. It's not negative, but I do see it as a parent and as an issue that not all schools are set up with security measures to ensure that someone who is walking to our schools
Okay. No, thank you. I mean, whether it's the incident at Tuscan School the other little while back, so their interests in intruders, their issues of rapid response, contact with the police, and so on. Maybe we have one. Ms. Aaron, did you want to speak to that?
Well, I would just say in general that it's very important, I think, both for me and Mr. Adams to again have shared with the school community that both of these situations were resolved safely, which is really powerful and important for us all to remember. And at any circumstance or in any circumstance since I have worked at Columbia, when we've had both our drills and real emergencies or perceived emergencies, we do a very thorough debrief. This is just a much general, I guess, answer, but I think it's important, especially for maybe parents of younger students, to hear. And our colleagues in the police departments are always part of that debrief, and so both in our regular drills and in any real circumstance, we always debrief what happened, how did it work, why did it work. I did that with my team both on Thursday and again on Friday, and I actually did it again today with several members of the Maplewood Police Department. So that's part of the bigger picture about security and safety in our schools.
Ms. Washington-Mohammed?
So I just want to make, is the
mic up?
There you go.
Thank you for comment on that, because we definitely had some challenges last year, which caused a very sharp focus with regard
I am a very proud mother of my MS student and my Columbia High School student, just like everybody that is in its house. So my question is, last week, both my girls went out there, both the MS and the seniors. How in a community that engaged students and completely involved parents would rise to Columbia and gun incidents of those schools able to happen? And how do we plan as a community to restore the reputation of our schools? The academic, sports, and musical achievements of all our children is now overshadowed by these incidents. There should be a strong and clear message sent to students and parents that we in this district do not tolerate any form of violence. Students that need help should be identified early and supported.
Thank you. Into the mic. Yeah.
My name is Luna Pointer, and I have a career at MS and should go into Columbia. And I have one basic question. How do we ensure that every student is a student of the district?
We have a very extensive registration program with multiple criteria, and we have in the past we have done re-registration in the district. A couple of years ago we re-registered every 10th grader in the district. That netted us about 5 students that probably we would have found out about with our residency checks that we do. So I know there's sometimes suggestion that we have every child re-register every year. It's a very huge manpower issue, and it's something we have done over the years, and we have not really found that it has helped us. So we continue to, we have a hotline. If people are suspect of someone who may not be living in the area, we encourage you to call us. We have residency officers that go out and check homes early in the morning, late at night. So we are trying our best to make sure that everyone in the district belongs in the district.
Right, we try. Thank you for your concern. Okay. Over here.
We can't hear her.
If you can speak into the mic a little more.
Amanda Coleman. At student Columbia High School, I'm a student of color at Columbia High School, and I'm a student who's there and who knows the students' lives and they know what happened. I think of my 4 years being at Columbia High School, I've seen a clear disparity between the emotional support that students of color receive versus the emotional support that your white classmates receive. The situation escalating to the point where they're bringing in weapons, it goes to basic support. There should be no reason why our faculty, why our administration, why our guidance counselor does not reflect the fact that our school is more than half black. As the reality is, as a person of color, my race plays a part of my everyday life. And the way that I see the world, my mom sees me. And the reality is that a young black male at Columbia High School is a very different reality from their white classmate. And the reality that they face outside of school in their homes, or sort of they face at home, if they're not getting support there, our crisis counselors work as helping us, our guidance counselors work as helping us. If they cannot understand our struggle, they can't even sympathize with us simply because of the fact that they don't understand what it's like to be black. And we need a support system that we can connect with, so that we're not this cluster of students of color in a school. We are the majority, feeling alienated, being frustrated, and again, to go to weapons when we feel helpless, when we feel like we can't go to an adult, to an authority figure and handle something that's out of our control. We will reach and we will do things recklessly, and we will do things irresponsibly. We need a support system that is clearly black.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Justice.
We have a broad issue here that involves responses at the level of security systems, as one speaker said, and also a social context, as our current speaker was saying. Over here, sir.
Dr. Kimaiko, I wanted to comments. I applied to Columbia High School. And I don't know the feedback and what the first speaker said, what the last student said. I mean, there is a reality, there is a great disparity. I mean, this is not new. The black kids are treated differently. I mean, there was one incident by someone coming up, there was a kid who went to one classroom to meet one of his friends, and the teacher asked him to leave, and that was leaving, and the teacher probably stood in front of him, preventing him from leaving, and they reported that the first teacher, which the person did, and they had a security in there. This shouldn't happen. The other thing that I'm concerned about is the justice and empathy. I mean, as the student said, is that parents that have kids suspended for 2 days to say a retard. Is that the same thing that's going to happen to every kid that says a retard? I mean, there have been so many studies, even underneath that show the disparity. You know, I mean, this country is so equal to African Americans and minority people. I mean, everybody should go back, you know, and look at the history of the way blacks were treated in this country, and it's still continuing to see it. So when kids don't have any place to go, I mean, they react. They happen to the teacher lies to them. I mean, they do things that they probably shouldn't do. And that's what I'm going to. I hate violence, but you guys got to be fair to everybody, not only white students. There's so much stuff in the news daily. Additionally, I mean, this is an evil world that we can go on with evil. Why don't you guys amend the second? You know, when something happens, then you guys can see. We should have done.
Time's up, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, over here.
Good evening, my name is John Walker. I'm a ninth grader, Columbia, a seventh grader, right here in Woodville. So as a parent, I have a question. First of all, let me just reiterate what everyone said. We need support to catch these 4%, I guess, here in middle school, maybe it's the number, maybe it's the number at Columbia. But some of the rumor mill that's out there has caused so much panic. Part of this, we don't have the facts. And so one of the questions I have is, what's the pervasiveness of weapons possession, say, at Columbia High School? That seems like a question that could be addressed, say, with an anonymous survey. When we do anti-bullying surveys, sometimes we ask kids, how often have you seen such and such act of bullying? We could be asking, how often has a classmate of yours brought a weapon in the last week, month, year, what kind of weapon, firearm? We could get a little bit more information to know what kind of problem perhaps we have or don't have. So I'd like to have a little bit more information with regards to that.
Thank you, sir. I mean, we do have reports on, I believe, weapons and other things.
Monthly.
And yeah,
Monthly,
regularly.
filed with the
And this is truly an exceptional and very, very disturbing confluence, but extremely, extremely unusual. And you have raised a good point in terms of trying to get more data in a different form. Thank you. Okay, yeah.
Good evening to all. My name is Priscilla Freeman Miller, and I've been a resident of Maplewood for as long as my second oldest is old. He is 21 and a half. This school brings back a lot of memories. I like to think of this school as, and all of Maplewood, as a place to grow. We came here knowing that this is a diverse population. We came here expecting, but also to receive, but also to give. My youngest, she came in from a Catholic education. She started, she was trying to eat her lunch so she could help the lunch ladies to help clear the tables for the other children. I think that when you, as a parent, you can't look at a child that brings a hollow point gun and just look at that child and look at the parent. So many times you know that bad situations come out of good homes, bad people come out of good homes, and the worst parents in the world can have the best children. Okay? So I think that, like Ms. Joanna Wright just said not long ago, it does take a village to raise a child. And I remember that there was the H1N1 situation where we had to have the kids stay home. I had to go pick up homework, and I stood there long enough in the office with a bulletin board where there was advertising under something for youth net. I took it home, I got my son involved, I tried to get all his friends involved. His friends laughed at him because they said, well, you're working someplace and you're not getting paid. And I said, don't you worry about me. This is something that's going to build your character, build your life. He worked at the library in South Orange, worked at the town hall in the village in South Orange. And then he also worked at an accounting firm across the street from Little Delta. He went on to work for FINRA last year as an intern. They loved him so much that they asked him to come back for the holidays, and now he's in Minnesota. That was in Maryland. Now he's in Minnesota for freedom. I want to say this. If we want to find out what's going on in the minds of these children, we need to stop taking these selfies and taking more ussies. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. A lot of things go right. Thank you for the account. Okay, over here.
My name is Janine Alexander. I have a lot of things to say, but it's way too many constraint. I'm just going to keep it simple. So, I have 3 orders. One is coming into Maple Middle School next year. I got a 10th grader, and I got a senior who's graduating. Bullying has always been a problem.